Hello everyone and welcome back to the today's session and very good afternoon everyone. I'm CA Gaurav Chopra from Jodhpur, Rajasthan, and on behalf of ICAI, Institute of Chartered Accountant of India, we are conducting the live classes, and in today's session we are going to start the new topic, that is proportion. So in the previous session we had completed our first topic, that was ratio, and in today's class we are beginning with proportion. So let's see who all are live with us now. Tanvi, Tarun, Bharat Chaudhary, Janvi, Ananya, Raj Bishwas, Jain Mahavir, Durgesh, Mr. Kazi, Mohammed, Srikant, Soumya Rajan, Sindhu, Ritu, Ashwarya, Subhashri, and many more. Welcome back, everyone, and very good afternoon. So, Ankita, Arpi, Pratibha, Ritu, Fatima, and lot more. So, very good afternoon to all, and let us begin with our topic, that is proportions. So, it is basically, yes, of course, connected with ratio. So, what is basically proportion and what are its main properties? So, let us write few points, and after that, we will begin with the questions. So, let us write the first point about proportion. So, the first point says it is the equality of two ratios. Proportion is equality of two ratios. So when we are having two ratios and both ratios are equal, then we say that they are in proportion. Then we can say that they are in proportion. Like, let's say we are having A, B, C, and D. These are the four terms. These are the four terms, and A ratio B is equal to C ratio D. First ratio is A is to B, second ratio is C is to D, and there is an equal to sign in between them. That means these two ratios are equal. So whenever two ratios are equal, then we say they are in proportion. All right. So out of these four terms, we say that A and D, they are sitting on corner positions. So they are known as extreme values or extreme terms. So we can write the next point. A and D are called extreme terms because they are lying on extreme points. Whereas B and C, they are lying in middle. B and C are lying in middle. So B and C are known as B and C are called middle terms. B and C are known as middle terms. All right. Now we can do the cross product. What we can do here, if we apply a basic rule, that is the cross product rule. Now what happens in this, if we write the ratio A is to B in the form of A by B, A by B, and C ratio D as C upon D, and since the ratios are equal, now A by B becomes equal to C by D. Now there is one simple rule of cross multiplication. We can simply cross multiply them, and let's see what we get. So A into D becomes equal to B into C. So AD is equal to BC. AD is equal to BC. All right. Okay. So this becomes the basic formula of cross product rule. AD is equal to BC. Now, what is happening if we see here A and D are extreme terms and B and C are middle terms. So we are simply multiplying the extreme terms and we are multiplying the middle terms. Therefore, we can write it as product of extremes is equal to product of middle term is also known as means. Means denotes the middle term. Middle terms. So AD is known as the product of extreme and BC is known as product of means. So AD is equal to BC. This is the simple rule. So let us see once again what is basically a proportion. Proportion is simply equality of two ratios. जब दो रेशियो बराबर हो जाते हैं, इक्वल हो जाते हैं, तो उसे कहा जाता है proportion. हिंदी में कहते हैं इसे समानुपात. फिर हमने एग्जाम्पल लिया ए बी सी एंड डी. अगर ये चार टर्म्स है एंड ए इज टू बी इज इक्वल टू सी इज टू डी, तो फर्स्ट टू ए इज टू बी, first two terms, and next two terms C is to D, they are in ratio and they are equal. Then we have discussed that जो हमारी extreme values है, जो हमारी corner values है, वो कौन सी है? A and D. So A and D are known as extreme terms, और जो बीच में lie करती है B and C are known as the middle terms. फिर हमने बात किया क्रॉस प्रोडक्ट रूल के बारे में. दैट मींस अगर हम उसे फ्रैक्शन में लिखें सो A by B इक्वल्स C by D, और फिर हमें क्या करना है? क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई अप्लाई करना है, और जैसे ही हम क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई अप्लाई करेंगे तो क्या रिजल्ट आएगा? AD इज इक्वल टू BC. AD इज इक्वल टू BC. नाउ AD का मतलब क्या हो गया? प्रोडक्ट ऑफ एक्सट्रीम्स, एक्सट्रीम वैल्यू का प्रोडक्ट. And BC क्या हो गया? BC is known as the product of middle terms, or we can say that the product of means. All right. Okay. So some more people are live with us now. Mr. Manish, Purva Joshi, Adishree, Kumkum, Dhananjay, Shreya, Pratibha, Ashutosh, Soumya Rajan, Kostu, Sadhana. Great. Then Gufran, Mehak Roy, Dhruv Dikshit. Okay, so this was the basic concept. Now, let us write one more concept here, that is continuous proportion. Continuous proportion. Now, what is the meaning of this continuous proportion? Let's say if A, B, and C are said to be in continuous proportion if B square becomes equal to AC. This is the main condition. So now what is the condition of continuous proportion? It is B square equal to AC. Now how it has come? ये कैसे आया है? Let us discuss that. Let's say A and B is having a ratio, and on other side B and C are in a certain ratio, and they are equal. The ratio of A is to B is equal to B is to C. Now applying the cross product rule, product of means is equal to product of extreme. So we can multiply the middle terms. Middle term is B into B, that is B square, and multiplying the corner terms, extreme terms, it becomes AC. So B square is equal to AC. Okay. All right. So this is the simple basic concept. So now if there are only three terms, then A and C becomes the first term and third term, and B is the middle term, or we can say mean. Also we can say that B is known as the mean proportional. B is known as mean proportional. A is known as first proportional, and C is known as third proportional. So if there are three terms into proportion, we can say that A is known as first proportional, C is third proportional, and B is the mean proportional or the middle proportional. All right. So in case of 3, we can do in this simple manner, B square is equal to AC. But what if there are more than 3 terms? If there are more than 3 terms, let's say we are having X, Y, Z, W, P, Q. This much terms are there, 6 terms are there, and they are into continuous proportion. Then what is the condition? What we can do, we can write the ratio of X and Y. So X upon Y. Then the ratio of Y and Z. So Y by Z. Then ratio of Z and W. Z by W. Next is W by P. And last is P by Q. P by Q. So all these will become equal. All these will become equal. So whenever there are 3 terms, 4 terms, 5 terms, or n number of terms, they will be into continuous proportion if this condition is satisfied. So what is the condition? Ratio of first and second is equal to ratio of second and third is equal to ratio of third and fourth is equal to ratio of 4 and 5, and so on. And so on. This is the basic condition of continuous proportion. All right. So let us write some of the properties now. What are the main properties of proportion? Proportion properties. So now, if we take a basic thing like if A ratio B is equal to C ratio D, and it can also be written as A by B is equal to C by D. This is the basic condition. Now if we reciprocate them, if we do the reciprocal, then what will happen? That means if we write B by A and D by C, हमने दोनों तरफ रेसिप्रोकल कर दिया. Now the question is, क्या अभी रेशियो इक्वल रहेगा? Will they be into proportion or not? क्या ये अभी proportion में होंगे या नहीं? Answer is simple, yes, they will be into proportion, and this is known as invertendo. This point is known as invertendo. Invertendo means we have done the inverse. हमने A को B से interchange कर दिया. A and B has interchanged their position. Similarly, C and D has interchanged their position. Therefore, it is known as invertendo. Let us take one simple example. If we say that 2 is to 3 and 4 is to 6, are these two ratios equal or not? Are these two ratios equal or not? Simple question. The answer is yes, they are equal. Because if we cancel 4 and 6, it will again become 2 and 3. It will become 2 and 3. That means these two ratios are equal. ये दोनों ratio equal है. Then we also know that अगर हमें उसको check करना है whether it is into proportion or not, तो हम इस पे apply कर सकते हैं product rule. Now, what is the product rule? Product of mean is equal to product of extremes. So 3 multiplied by 4 should be equal to 2 multiplied by 6. That is, we are having 12 on both the sides. We are having 12 on both the sides. That means they are equal. And whenever they are equal, that means they are said to be in proportion. They are said to be in proportion. So 2 ratio 3 and 4 ratio 6, they are in proportion. And we have proved according to cross product rule. Now comes the turn. If we are saying that the ratio is 2 by 3 and 4 by 6 and they are equal. Now, if we are interchanging them, we are doing inverse. So we are writing 3 by 2 and 6 by 4. So will they continue to be in proportion? Yes. If we cancel 6 by 4, it becomes 3 by 2. So still they will be into proportion. So this becomes the first property of proportion, that is invertendo. So अगर हमने वैल्यूज को इन्वर्स किया, इट इज नोन एज इन्वर्टेंडो, और इन्वर्टेंडो करने के बाद भी वो प्रपोर्शन में रहेंगे. ऑलराइट. Now let us come towards the second point. Second says alternando. Alternando. Now alternando means we have to interchange the cross positions. We can interchange the cross positions. कैसे interchange करना है? Let us see. Let's say we are having originally A by B is equal to C by D. And now we are interchanging C with B. We are changing the positions of C and B. So what it will become? It will become A by C equal to B by D. That means वो अभी भी क्या रहेंगे? Equal रहेंगे. So what we have done, we have altered the values. हमने इन दोनों values को alter कर दिया, change कर दिया. So they will still be into proportion. वो अभी भी proportion में रहने वाले हैं. So taking the same example here again, originally it was 2 by 3 and 4:6. This was the original position. Now what we are doing, we are interchanging these two values. हमने interchange किया. So after interchanging, it becomes 2 by 4 and 3 by 6. Now still they are equal because 2 by 4 is half. 2 by 4 is half and 3 by 6 is also half. So still they are equal. So this is known as alternando. All right. This is the second property. First was invertendo. Second is alternando. We can write them in another way. Like say A by C can be written as A ratio C equal to B by D can be written as B ratio D. So we can write in this manner. Similarly, invertendo can be written as B ratio A is equal to D ratio C. This is invertendo. All right. Now comes third one. Third one says componendo. Componendo. Now in this, what we have to do? Componendo. Again, writing the original ratio A by B is equal to C by D. Now, if we add 1 on both sides, if we add 1 on both sides, still they will be equal. Then what will be the ratio? The ratio will become A plus B by B is equal to C plus D by D. C plus D by D. So still they will be equal. So we have added 1 on both sides and the ratio will still, the proportion will still remain the same. Like again, continue the example, 2 by 3 plus 1 and then 4 by 3 plus 1. So we are adding 1 on both sides. So what is coming? 5 by 3 is equal to 10 by 6. So still both are equal. So since both are equal, we can say that this is componendo and it is following proportion. So this is the third property of proportion, which is known as componendo. All right. Now, next comes dividendo. Let's just write the fourth one, dividendo. Now, in dividendo, what we have to do? So again, the original ratio was A by B and C by D. Now this time, instead of addition, we have to do subtraction. So let us subtract them. So minus 1 and minus 1. So subtracting 1 from both the sides. So if we do A minus B, what will come? A minus B by B, and on the other side, it will be C minus D upon D. So after subtracting 1 from both sides, it will remain equal. So we can check this again on the given example. 2 by 3 minus 1, and then we are having 4 by 6 minus 1. So what will come? 2 minus 3 upon 3, and here 4 minus 6 upon 6. So what will be the result? Minus 1 by 3, and it is minus 2 by 6. So if we cancel 2 by 6, what it will become? Minus 1 by 3. So again, both are equal. So if we subtract 1 from both the sides, we will again get the same ratio. So they will be into proportion. So this property is known as dividendo. Okay. So for componendo and dividendo, we have to simply add 1 and subtract 1. So basically what becomes the formula for componendo and dividendo? For componendo, just add both the values. That is, if A by B is there, we have to do A plus B upon B, and C by D, we have to do C plus D upon D. And in dividendo, instead of plus, we have to put minus sign. This becomes dividendo. So only we have to do 1 plus 1 and minus 1 and not any other value. Okay. Now the property number 5. Now this time we can write componendo and dividendo. Componendo and dividendo. That means it is a combination of both componendo and dividendo. That means we have to take positive from componendo and negative from dividendo. So positive will come in numerator and negative will come into denominator. So it will become A plus B upon A minus B is equal to C plus D upon C minus D. So simply we have to add and subtract, add and subtract. So if we continue the example, value of A was 2 and value of B was 3. So 2 plus 3 and 2 minus 3. On the other side, we are having 4 and 6. So 4 plus 6 and 4 minus 6. So what is the result? 5 by minus 1 and 10 by minus 2. So if we cancel, we get minus 5 equals minus 5. So still they are equal. So applying both together, componendo as well as dividendo, they will be still into proportion. All right. So this is property number 5. Now we are coming to the last property, that is property number 6. Property number 6. 6 is known as addendo. Now this time what we have to do, we have to add each and every term. Let's say if we are given that if A by B is equal to C by D is equal to E by F and so on. This is given. So if we apply addendo, addendo means add all the numerator values and add all the denominator values. So what we get? A plus C plus E plus and so on, divided by B plus D plus F and so on. So addendo means add all the numerator divided by add all the denominator. So it becomes addendo. Okay. So, so till here, if anyone is having any of the doubts, you can let me know, or you can write all clear or crystal clear, you can write. So everybody hit the comment section and tell, is there any doubt or everything is perfect, everything is okay? So after that, we will move towards the examples and then back questions. Shakti says clear. Tamanna Dev all clear. Shreya clear. Janvi. Krisha says thank you, sir. It's crystal clear. That's great. Gaurav all clear. Fatima clear. Manish, Gufran, Vrushali, Ritu, Purva, Shreya, Aishwarya, then Soumya Rajan, Aman Negi, Ashutosh. Okay, everyone is perfect. Now, some more. Adisri, Tamanna, Farheen, Shrikant, Tejas, Janvi, then Tejas. Everybody is good. Okay. Now, Pranay says, yes, sir, clear, but rapid fire in Hindi will help to understand better. Okay. Then Harsh says cross product. Then Harshita clear. Okay. So now majority of you have done. It is all clear. Now we will do some question and it will become more clear, more crystal clear in case of any doubt to anybody. And we will do one more point, that is subtrahendo. So let us write one more point which is known as subtrahendo. Now subtrahendo means what? If we are having again the same thing, A by B equal to C by D equal to E by F and so on, then we have to subtract them. So what we have to do, take A, now subtract each and every one from this A. Similarly, in denominator, take the first term B and now subtract each and every term from here. To subtract in subtrahendo, what basically we are doing, we are taking any of the ratio and subtracting all other values from it. So numerator will subtract from numerator and denominator from the respective denominator. Okay, so it becomes subtrahendo. All right. So just giving a fast recap in Hindi. First was invertendo. इन्वर्टेंडो में हमने A रेशियो B को इंटरचेंज करके लिख दिया B रेशियो A एंड C एंड D को इंटरचेंज करके लिखा D रेशियो C. इन्वर्टेंडो. ऑल्टरनेंडो मींस हमने B एंड C की पोजीशन को इंटरचेंज किया. So B and C have interchanged their positions. So it becomes A by C is equal to B by D. या फिर हम लिखेंगे A ratio C is equal to B ratio D. Third was componendo. Componendo में हमने दोनों तरफ 1 ऐड किया, so it becomes A plus B by B is equal to C plus D by D. Fourth था dividendo. इस बार हमने -1 किया from both the sides and still the ratios are equal. So A minus B by B is equal to C minus D by D. Then फिफ्थ में हमने दोनों को साथ अप्लाई किया, componendo as well as dividendo. So numerator में प्लस, डिनोमिनेटर में माइनस. So A plus B upon A minus B equal to C plus D upon C minus D. Then comes addendo. Addendo में हमने सारे न्यूमरेटर्स को ऐड किया. So A plus C plus E and so on. Divided by सारे जो डिनोमिनेटर्स है उनको हमने ऐड किया. So B plus D plus F and so on. Now comes subtrahendo. So किसी भी एक रेशियो से हमने स्टार्ट किया. Let us take A. तो A में से हमने बाकी सारे न्यूमरेटर्स को सब्ट्रैक्ट करना है एंड डिवाइडेड बाय B. B में से हमने बाकी सारे डिनोमिनेटर्स को सब्ट्रैक्ट करना है. So it becomes subtrahendo. That means subtraction. All right. So let us try some questions now. Illustration number 1 is there. Now, illustration number 1 says rupees 6 and rupees 8. Rupees 6 and rupees 8 is equal to 12 toffees and 16 toffees. Now, they are into proportion or not. So we have to see that whenever a ratio is there, ratio must have same unit. So first ratio is having rupees as the unit. So 6 rupees and 8 rupees both are having same unit. On the other side, we are having 12 toffees and 16 toffees. So 12 and 16 again both have same unit. Now it is not at all necessary that both ratios must have same unit. The terms of ratio must have same unit. I repeat, rupees 6 and rupees 8 both are into rupees. So this unit must be same. Similarly, 12 toffees and 16 toffees. So here unit is toffees. So this unit must be same. But when we are comparing both the ratio, one is into rupees, other is into toffee, doesn't matter. Both can become equal. So 6 by 8 and on opposite we are having 12 by 16. If we cancel them, we get 3 by 4 on both sides. That means they are equal. They are into proportion. So whenever two ratios are equal, they are said to be in proportion. All right. Now, example number 1. One says the numbers 2.4, 3.2, 1.5 and 2. There are four numbers are in proportion. Now, if the question is asking whether they are into proportion or not, then what is the simple way to solve it? Just apply the cross product rule. So 2.4, 3.2, 1.5 and then 2. So product of means should be equal to product of extremes. So we can multiply them. 2.4 multiplied by 2 becomes 4.8. On the other side, 3.2 multiplied by 1.5 is also 4.8. So both the sides are equal. LHS is equal to RHS. And whenever these two are equal, they are in proportion. All right. Yes, perfect. So this was the cross product rule. Second one, find the value of x. This time we have to compute the value of x. If 10 by 3, if question says 10 by 3 ratio x, now for proportion in place of equal to sign, we can place 4 dots. That means 2 colon sign can be kept in place of equal to. Meaning is same. 5 by 2 and then ratio 5 by 4. Now this sign means they are into proportion. This tells us that they are into proportion. And whenever they are into proportion, we can apply the cross product rule. So product of means x into 5 by 2 is equal to product of extremes. So 10 by 3 into 5 by 4. So we can cancel them. So what we are getting finally, we are getting 10 by 6 or we can say 5 by 3. So 5 by 3 is the final result. So the value of x becomes 5 upon 3. All right. So this was example number 2. Now, now if we talk about the third one, now third one says find out the fourth proportional. Now this time we have to calculate the fourth proportional. So what is the fourth proportional? That means the fourth value. So this time we have to calculate the fourth value. So first value is 2 by 3. Second is 3 by 7. Third one is 4. And fourth we can take x. So because the question is asking about fourth proportional, we can take the fourth value as x. Now multiplying the middle terms and extreme terms, what we are getting? 2 by 3 x is equal to 3 by 7 into 4. So easily we can calculate the value of x. X equals 3 by 7 into 4 into 3 by 2. So this time what we are getting the result 18 upon 7. So 18 upon 7 becomes the final result. Okay. Now Manish is asking a doubt. Let's see. He's asking if we can we make componendo by adding 1 to addendo. See, addendo is saying if we are having all these terms a plus c plus e, if you add 1, so that become very lengthy. So this is not basically componendo. In componendo, what we have to do, we have to apply +1 into single ratio. Whatever we are having a single ratio, that is a ratio b or a by b, we have to add 1 into that single ratio and not into all the ratios jointly. All right. But if you apply here individually, then it's okay. No worries. But if you add 1 after adding all of them, that means after doing addendo, then it will not be okay. All right. Now there is one doubt from Purva Joshi about example number 2nd. Okay, Purva is asking about second illustration. See Purva, in second, there are 4 values and these values are into proportion. So first ratio, and this is the second ratio, and in middle, this sign is of proportion. This sign is about proportion. So whenever they are into proportion, we have to apply the cross product rule. That means multiply the middle terms and it is equal to the multiplication of the extreme terms. So we have to multiply them. So we can easily multiply them and get the result. So if you multiply x into 5 by 2 and which is equal to 10 by 3 multiplied by 5 by 4. So after doing this, you can solve and get the value of x. So cancel 5, cancel 2 and again cancel. So we are getting x as 5 by 3. Okay, Purva? And same was in example number 1. 4 values are given. So we have to multiply the middle terms and multiply the extreme terms. If both are equal, that means they are into proportion. Okay. Then Tanishka is asking about adding to question. Yes, it will come in the later example and some back questions also. So we will cover that. Don't worry. Now, next one is Mani Meglai is asking about example number 4. Yes, let's take example number 4 also. Now, this one, the 4 says, find the third proportional. So now let us understand very carefully again. We are having first value as 2.4. Second value is 9.6. And question is asking about third proportional. That means the third value is required. Now, whenever there are 3 values into proportion, then what is the formula? So we have read that if A, B, and C are in proportion, if A, B, and C are in proportion, this means that B square is equal to AC. B square is equal to AC. So we can apply this here. 9.6 square is equal to 2.4x. So what we are getting 9.6 into 9.6 upon 2.4. On solving this, we can get the result. So we have cancelled with 2.4 and now 9.6 multiplied by 4. So x equals 38.4 and unit is kilograms. So in this way, we can calculate the value of third proportional. Okay. Then Namrata is asking about question 21 of exercise 1A. Yes, in case of any doubts from the A exercise, we will take in the end of the session. Okay. So B square is equal to AC. And Tanishka is asking, can we write in this manner A ratio B equal to B ratio C? Yes, of course, you can write in this way because this gives B square equal to AC. So it can be written, no need to worry. So the result in example 4 is 38.4 kilograms. All right. Now comes the fifth one. Find the mean proportion between 1.25 and 1.8. Now focus on the terms. What the term is saying, find the mean proportion. Mean proportion का मतलब क्या है? Middle value. So this time we have to calculate the middle term. So assume middle term as x. So 1.25 comma x comma 1.8. Now apply the formula. So x square is equal to 1.25 into 1.8. Now if we multiply them, what comes? X square is equal to 2.25. So value of x will be root of 2.25, that is 1.5. This is the value of x. Okay. So this is the mean proportion. So you have to always remember what is first proportion, that is first value, mean proportion, second value, third proportion, third value. Okay. Then these properties we have already done. Now comes the question based on these properties. So let us understand this. Coming towards example number 1, if A ratio B is equal to C ratio D, this is given in the question. That means they are into proportion. Whenever there is equal to sign between two ratios, it means they are into proportion. And their value is also given. That means they are equal to 2.5 ratio 1.5. So their ratio in terms of value is also given. Now, what is the requirement? Our requirement is find the value of AD ratio BC. AD ratio BC. So let us write them in fraction form first. So A by B is equal to C by D. Now we require A with D. That means we have to do the cross multiplication. So it will become AD. And B and C we require. So again we have to do the multiplication. So it becomes AD is equal to BC. So if we do cross multiplication, it shows that AD becomes equal to BC. They are equal. Now, if we bring BC on other side, what will happen? It will become AD upon BC is equal to 1. In denominator, nothing is written, so we can say that it is again 1. So AD by BC is equal to 1 upon 1, or it can be written as AD ratio BC is equal to 1 ratio 1. AD ratio BC is equal to 1 ratio 1. So this is the result. So this was the first part of the question. Okay. So in such cases, we have to identify which property we have to apply. Sometime question can give some of the hint, like you have to apply which property. Otherwise, in mainly most of the cases, you have to find which property needs to be applied. So since we require AD, So we have done the cross multiplication. Okay. Now, in the next part, the second part of the question, it requires A plus B ratio B plus D. Now you can clearly see that which property is applicable because we are given A by B equal to C by D. And question is saying that we have to find A plus C. So we have to add the numerators and similarly add the denominators. So which property will be applicable? Simply addendo. So we have to apply addendo. So we can say that A plus C becomes equal to B plus D after applying addendo. Now these two are equal to a certain value. And what is that value? That value is 2.5 upon 1.5. 2.5 upon 1.5. So we can do some cancellations and right here we can remove the decimal first. So it is 25 by 15. And after that, doing the cancellation, we are getting 5 upon 3. So 5 by 3 implies 5 ratio 3. 5 ratio 3. So simply what we have done, addendo. All right. Now, Pratibha is asking about the first part. Aisha also first. Adishri. Okay. So in the first part, see, it was AD is equal to BC. What was originally there? A by B is equal to C by D. Now on cross multiplications, we are getting AD is equal to BC. Now if we bring BC on other side, so BC is into multiplication here and it will go and come into denominator. So BC will go into denominator. And what will be left? If BC is not available, that means what is left is 1. And in denominator, nothing is written. That means by default it is 1. So we can write 1 here also. So what is the final ratio between them? So we can write AD ratio BC equal to 1 ratio 1. So the ratio is simple, 1:1. Okay. So I have done the repetition of first part, and in second part we have just applied addendo, and after doing addendo we are getting 5 by 3. Now second example. So this time what is the requirement? The requirement is A plus C plus A plus B plus C upon C. So first of all, in order to add all of them, what we have to apply? Addendo. We have to apply addendo. So let us apply first. Write the given values. A by 3 is equal to B by 4 is equal to C by 7. On applying addendo, what will happen? It will be equal to A plus B plus C upon 3 plus 4 plus 7. Okay, this is there. So this addendo is equal to each and every ratio. It is equal to each and every ratio. We can compare with any of them. Now, according to denominator, we require C. In denominator, we require C. So that is why we can compare this ratio with C. So let us compare these two ratios. This is the first one and the second one. If we compare these two ratios, then what will happen? So we require C into denominator. हमें C कहाँ चाहिए? Denominator में चाहिए. So we can do the cross multiplication. So what will happen? So 3 plus 4 plus 7 becomes 14 upon 7 as it is equal to A plus B plus C upon C. So we have altered the values. What we have done? We have altered the values. This is known as alternando. So when only one part is altered, only one portion is altered, it is known as alternando. So now we can cancel them and get the result. So 14 by 7 is equal to 2. And this is what we have to prove in the question. A plus B plus C by C is equal to 2. And we have done the proof. Okay. All right. Then done. Okay, Tanishka is asking, will we get proving question in a paper? See, you don't have to prove in the exam, but yes, you have to find the result. Like question can come in this manner, find the value of a plus b plus c upon c. And some four options will be there, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you have to take the correct option. So in this manner, the same question can appear. All right. So this was example number 2. Now comes example number 3. A dealer mixes tea costing rupees 6.92 per kg. Now this is the price of tea, 6.92 per kg. With the tea costing rupees 7.77 per kg, that means there are two variety of teas. The price of first one is 6.92 and price of second one is 7.77. Now, the dealer mixes them and sells the mixture. The dealer is selling the mixture at the rate of 8.8 per kg. 8.8 per kg. And while selling, he gets a profit. How much profit is he earning? 17.5% profit he is earning. On cost or on selling price? The question has made it clear, on the selling price. So 17.5% profit is on selling price. So in what proportion does he mix them? So we have to find the proportion in which he is mixing both the teas. Okay. So let us do this. So we can clearly do one thing. Like we are having the cost. Cost price of first one is 6.92. Cost price of second one is 7.77. And selling price of mixture is 8.80. 8.80. Now, we know that the profit percentage is 17.5%. So can we calculate the cost price? Can we calculate the cost price of mixture? So in order to calculate the cost price, what we have to do? Selling price minus profit. What we have to do? Subtract profit from the selling price. So now, what is the profit? It is 17.5%. So type on the calculator 8.8. Just do on your calculator. Type 8.8 on calculator. Then press minus. Then write 17.5 and then percentage. You will get the result of cost price. Come on, let me know what is the result. How much you are getting? Selling price minus profit. So we are subtracting 8.8 minus 17.5% of 8.8. So on calculator, you can do directly 8.8 minus 17.5%. So most of you have given the answers. That is 7.26. 7.26. This is the cost price. This is basically the cost price of what? Of mixture. This is the cost price of mixture. Now we have to find the ratio or the proportion in which we have done the mixing. So 7.26 we are writing in middle. Cost price of one is less than 7.26. So it is 6.92. and the cost of other side. Cost of other is 7.77. 7.77. Now, this is a trick, and this trick will be applicable in many chapters, even 4 to 5 chapters. This trick will help you out. Okay. So now what we have to calculate difference and difference. Calculate difference on both the sides. Calculate difference on both the sides. No need to take the sign, just calculate the difference. So 7.26 minus 6.92. How much we are getting? 0.34. And here also 7.77 and 7.26. We are getting 0.51. Ignoring the decimal. Ignore the decimal. And now apply invert endo. That means we have to interchange their positions. Interchange their positions. So it will become 51 ratio 34. 51 ratio 34. If we cancel them with the help of 17, what will come? 3 ratio 2. So this is the required ratio in which we can mix the two variety of tea. This is the way in which we can calculate. All right. So let us repeat this. See, in the question, what was given? Cost price 6.92 of the first tea. Cost price of second tea is 7.77. And the selling price of the mixture is 8.8. So first of all, we have computed the cost price of mixture. So how to calculate the cost? Selling price minus profit. Selling price is 8.8, profit is 17.5%. So after subtraction, we are getting 7.26. This is the cost price. Okay. Now, from this cost price, this is the mixed cost price. This is the cost price of the mixture. Now we are having two varieties. So next step is to calculate the difference. You have to calculate the difference. So this is the first variety, and here we are having second variety. Now calculate their differences with this mixture. Calculate the difference with this mixture. So we are getting 34 and 51. Now, last step is most important. Never forget to do the last step. Otherwise, you will get the wrong answer. Last step is always interchange the values. Always interchange the values. The result is 51 ratio 34, or we can say 3 ratio 2. 3 ratio 2. So this will be the final answer. Okay. So I have done the repetition of this example number 3. I hope now you can try all these kind of question with yourself, right? So this was example number 3. So now before moving to the exercise, we can take a small break of 5 minutes and then continue with the questions. Okay. So let us have a break of 5 minutes. So guys, welcome back. So now it's time for the exercise. That is exercise number first B. And now you have to solve one by one all the questions and give the answers in the comment section. Okay. So let us begin with question number first. Question number first. It is about the fourth proportional. So this time you have to find out the fourth proportional. That is the fourth value. So take fourth value as x, simplify and get the result. So I think you will be able to do very easily 4, 6, 8 and then x. Now apply the cross product rule. So it gives 4x is equal to 48. So we can find out the value of x, 48 by 4, that is 12. So Fatima has given the answer A option, Manish, Janvi, option number A, that is 12. Then comes the next question, that is second one. And this time you have to find out the third proportional. So Aisha has also given the answer. Then Trisha, Aman, Soumya Rajan, Subhashri, Miss R, Dhruv Dikshit, Nikita, Akilandeshwari, Hanin, and Ritu. Yes. Now, in the second one, third proportion is required. That means we have to substitute x in place of third place. So 12, 18, and x. Now, in case of three values, b square equal to ac. So 18 square is equal to 12x. Now divide and get the result. So now this time the answer will be which option? Option number B, that is 27. Yes, 27 is correct. Most of you have given the answers. That's great. Now comes the third one, the mean proportional between 25 and 81. 25 and 81. And requirement is mean proportional. That means the middle value. So we can take x in middle place. So 25 comma x comma 81. So it becomes x square equal to 25 into 81. So what will be x? Taking root. So root of 25 is 5 and root of 81 is 9. So 5 into 9 becomes 45. Yes. So 45 is correct. Again, receive the correct answers. That's great. Now the fourth one. Fourth says the number which has the same ratio to 26 that 6 has to 13. Now this is very easy question. Just apply what question wants to say. Just apply the given information. The question says the number which has same ratio to 26 that 6 has to 13. So we can write them in simplest form, that is x by 26 is equal to 6 by 13. So what shall we write in place of x so that ratio becomes same, ratio becomes equal? So this we have to find it out. So x by 26 is equal to 6 by 13. So come on, you can put the value and let me know what is the correct answer. Yes, option number D will be correct. Yes, most of you have given the answer 12 and 12 is option number D. So if you do the simple cross multiplication, you will get the result x equal to 26 into 6 upon 13. On cancellation, you are getting x as 12. Option number D. Okay. Now, fifth one. The fourth proportional. The fourth proportional of 2a square c is. So now we have to take the fourth value as x. So we can take the fourth value as x. Now applying the cross product rule. So how we can apply? A square c is equal to 2a into x. So simply cancelling a. Now what is left? AC upon 2 is equal to x. AC by 2 is equal to x. That is option number A. So again, it was very easy. So option number A is correct. So everybody has given the answers. Fatima, Shruti, Aman, Soumya Rajan, Sadhana, Ritika, Harshita, Vandana, Nikita, then Vaishnavi, Arpita, Subhashri Mohanty, Gaurav, Tamanna, Manish, Mukul, Shiri, Trisha, Tarun, Ritu, great. Everybody. Very good. Now the sixth one. If four numbers are proportional, then find the value of x. Now these four numbers are into proportion and we have to compute x. So let us write the four numbers. 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 5 and 1 by x. So these are four numbers. So let us apply the product rule, that is the cross product. So simply what we can do, 1 by 3 multiplied by 1 by 5 is equal to 1 by 2 into 1 by x. So on cross multiplication, what we are getting, x is equal to 15 upon 2. X is equal to 15 upon 2. This is option number C. Okay. Now, seventh, the mean proportional between 12x square and 27y square. So what we have to calculate, mean proportion, that means the middle term. So we can write 12x square. Middle term we can assume as A because x is already into use, and then 27y square is the third term. So what we have to do, B square equal to AC. So A square equals 12x square multiplied by 27y square. So value of A will be root of, now 12 into 27. Now what will be the figure? 12 into 27 is 324 into x square into y square. So what's the root of 324? 18. Root of x square is x and y square is y. So A is equal to 18xy. So this is the mean proportional. Yes. Again, everybody has given the answers correct. That's great. Now try the next one. So let us make some of the space. Now, eighth one. A is equal to B by 2 and it is equal to C by 5. Then find out the ratio between A, B, and C. So now this time we have to find a ratio between A, B, and C. So how it can be done? So we can write here A is equal to B by 2 and is equal to C by 5. C by 5. Then we can easily solve and get the ratio. Or even we can say directly, in denominator, value of A is nothing but 1. In denominator of B is 2, and for C it is 5. So now, which of the following ratio will be correct? So clearly, if you see the option, you can directly get the correct answer from the option as well. 1, 2, and 5. Yes. Orally or directly, we can say 1, 2, and 5 will be the correct option, because we have to simply compare all these three, and on comparing, we can clearly see that we are getting the correct ratio as 1, 2, and 5. 1, 2, and 5. Then ninth one. So this type of question we have done in example also. Now you have to try the ninth one. What is given? A by 3 is equal to B by 4 is equal to C by 7. This is given. And we have to find out the value of A plus B plus C upon C. So this value we have to calculate. Now, how to calculate this value? So again, we have to apply addendo. So adding all the numerators and adding all the denominators, we are getting A plus B plus C upon 3 plus 4 plus 7. Now we have to compare it with C because denominator requires C. Yes, I think values are also same as we had done in that example. So we can solve this. C by 7 is equal to A plus B plus C upon 14. Now we have to alter these two values. So 14 upon 7 is equal to A plus B plus C upon C. So we are getting 2. So 2 is the final result. Option number C. Yes, so most of you have given the answers. That is option number C. Okay. Now, question number 10 is also repeated. We have already done from the examples. This time you require PS ratio QR. PS ratio QR. So let us do once again. P by Q is equal to R by S is equal to 2.5 upon 1.5. Now question requires the ratio of PS and QR. So we can simply do the cross multiplication so that we can get PS is equal to QR. Now if we bring QR on other side, it will become PS upon QR is equal to 1. Therefore from here the ratio is 1:1. So option number B will be correct. 1:1. Okay. Then question number 11 is also again repeat. So you can try this. Simply what we have to apply? X plus Y, that means adding the numerators, adding denominators. It is simply addendo. So on simply adding, we are getting x plus z upon y plus w. So simply 2.5 divided by 1.5, we can cancel them and the result is 5 by 3. Okay. So everybody has given the answers as 5 by 3. Next. Now next you can try 12th one. 5x minus 3y upon 5y minus 3x. So you have to find out the ratio of x and y. So how we can calculate? Let's try. So if you want, you can substitute the values of x and y and check whether 3 by 4 is coming or not. So one by one, you can put the option and check whether it is 3 by 4 coming or not. So if it is not coming, then option number D. And if it is getting satisfied from any of the option, then that option can be corrected. Okay. Just try to substitute the values. Like say if we put the first option, 5 into 2 minus 3 into 9 upon 5 into 9 minus 3 into 2. So how much we are getting? 10 minus 27 minus 17 divided by 45 minus 6 is 39. So it is not 3 by 4. Then if we try 7 is to 2, 7 is to 9, then you have to check whether 3 by 4 is coming or not. So we can clearly see that it will not come. So answer is simply none of these. Yes. So again, most of you have given the answer, none of these. Now, in question number 13, we are given A ratio B. The ratio between A and B is 3 is to 2. And the ratio between B and C is 3 is to 5. And we have to find out the combined ratio of all three. We have to find the combined ratio of all three. So how to solve such kind of question? It's very much easy, no need to worry. You might have solved such question in accountancy also. In partnership chapter, such ratios also come. So you have to find out the combined ratio of all the three persons. So one simple step is, like whenever we are having such question, there is one person which is having ratio in both the cases. Like B is associated with A as well as with C. So if we make these two values equal, then we will get our result. So we can see that when A is compared with B, the value written here is 2. And when B and C we are comparing, it is 3. So these two are not equal. One in one place it is 2 and other place it is 3. Now if we make them equal, then what is the process to make them equal? Simply multiplying the first ratio with 3 and second ratio with 2. Why we are multiplying with this? So that they can become equal. So on multiplying, what we are getting? Multiplying with 3, we are getting 9 ratio 6 and then 6 ratio 10. 9 ratio 6 and 6 ratio 10. On combining, we can get 9, 6 and 10. 9, 6 and 10. So it becomes the final result. Okay. So option number A will be correct. All right. Option number A, 9, 6 and 10 is correct. Now the 14th one. If x by 2 is equal to y by 3 is equal to z by 7, then find the value of 2x minus 5y plus 4z. So let us write here x by 2 equal to y by 3 equal to z by 7. And we have to find out the value of 2x minus 5y plus 4z upon 2y. So what is the shortcut way to solve this? Just substitute the values. So in place of x, we can put 2. In place of y, we can substitute 3. In place of z, we can substitute 7. So substitute all these three values to get the required result. So 2 into 2 minus 5 into 3 plus 4 into 7. In denominator, we are getting 2 into 3. So 4 minus 15 plus 28 upon 6. So what we are getting? 32 minus 15, that is 17 upon 6. So 17 by 6 is the correct result. All right. Yes, 17 by 6, option number D is correct. Everyone has given the answer. So what is the simple way to solve? Just substitute the values. In place of x, we are putting 2, in y 3, and for z it is 7. And after substituting the value, we are getting the required result. Okay. So this was question number 14. Now 15. 15 is similar to 13th. Question number 15 is exactly similar to question number 13. So you can try this. So what we have to do, x, y, and z. Ratio between x and y is 2:3. Ratio between y and z is 4:3. And now we have to find the combined ratio. So simply what we have to do, multiply first ratio with 4 and second ratio with 3. So multiply with 4, multiply with 3 so that they can become equal. So 2 into 4 becomes 8, 3 into 4 becomes 12, and 3 into 3 becomes 9. So we are getting 8, 12, and 9. 8, 12, and 9. So option number. Now you can see that this option has shifted below a bit. This option number in 16D should appear in 15D. Okay. So answer is 8, 12, and 9. All right. Next one is 16th. Now 16th is very, very easy. You can try this. So let us make some space here to solve. Yes, 16, you have to simply divide 750 into 3 parts in the ratio of 4, 5, and 6. So 750 to be divided into 3 parts, 4 ratio 5 ratio 6. Now, what is the total? 4 plus 5 plus 6 is 15. So 750 multiplied by 4 by 15. Then second term will be 750 into 5 by 15. And third one will be 750 into 6 by 15. 6 by 15. So what is the result? 50 into 4, 200. 50 into 5, 250. And 50 into 6 is 300. So in this way, we have divided 750 into 3 parts in the ratio of 4, 5, and 6. All right. Yes, this is the correct answer. Now, again, 17 is similar. You can do this. Then question number 18 is also similar proportion that we have done. 19. 19, you can say that this process is known as what? X upon Y is equal to Z upon W. And if it is written as Y by X equal to W by Z. So we have interchanged their positions. So this is known as what? Dividendo, componendo, alternando, or none of these. Come on. So we have changed the position of X and Y, Z and W. For this will be known as, you are having 4 options: dividendo, componendo, alternando, and then none of these. So clearly it is known as invertendo, and invertendo is not into option. So we have to mark none of these. Okay. So it was invertendo. Then 20. P by Q is equal to R by S. P by Q is equal to R by S. And we are writing it as P minus R upon Q minus S. Since we are subtracting, so this process is known as subtrahendo. So we will take option number A, subtrahendo. All right. Yes. Next comes A by B is equal to C by D, and we have written A plus B, A minus B equal to C plus D, C minus D. So we have done plus and minus both. So it is known as componendo and dividendo. Option number C. Option number C. All right. Then 22nd, we are having plus and minus both, but into numerator it is negative and upon it is positive. So this is not componendo and dividendo. So we can see that clearly it is neither invertendo, neither alternando, neither addendo. So it will be none of these. None of these. Then 23, 24, 25 can be done easily. All we have done many questions. 26 also we have done twice. Then 27. So what about 27? Two numbers are in the ratio of 3:4. And if 6 is added to each term of the ratio, the new ratio will be 4:5. Yes, this can be easily done using options. Best way is to use the option. To first check, the two numbers should be in the ratio of 3:4. So let us check 14 and 20. Are they into 3:4? If we cancel, we are getting 7:10. So 3:4 is not there. A option is wrong. Option number B, 17 and 19. Again, they are not 3:4. C option, 18 and 24. Yes, they are into 3:4. First condition is verified here. Now, second condition, if 6 is added, then ratio become 4:5. So add 6 into 18, we get 24, and 24 plus 6 is 30. Now finding the ratio 4 and 5. Yes, so we can verify the second condition as well. So option number C is correct. Okay. Then Adishri is asking, shall we give answer in decimal or fraction? See, as per option, if option is giving answer in fraction, you can calculate in fraction. If it is converted to decimal, you can also convert into decimal. So as per the options, you can convert them. Okay. Now, now in 28, a by 4 is equal to b by 4, and we have to check. See, all the options are having plus and minus, but plus and minus comes in which property? Componendo and dividendo. So you can see which option is applying properly componendo and dividendo. So in first option, you can see on left hand side it is positive into numerator, whereas on right hand side it is negative into numerator. So it is incorrect. Then in B option we can see that positive, positive, negative, negative. So a plus 4 upon a minus 4, b plus 5 upon b minus 5. So this is clearly componendo and dividendo. So componendo and dividendo is equal to that ratio. Now the third one is not componendo and dividendo because minus and plus, plus and minus. So it is not componendo and dividendo. So this is also incorrect. So correct option will be B. All right. Then 29. In 29, A ratio B is 4:1. And find out the value of root of A plus B plus root of B by A. So substitute the value and get the result. So in place of A, we can put 4. In place of B, 1 plus 1 by 4. Now root 4 is 2 plus root 1 by 4 is half. On adding, we get simply 5 by 2. Option number A. Option number A. All right. Next 30. Now see, 30 is bit a lengthy question. Just we can solve here. So what is given? X upon B plus C minus A equal to Y upon C plus A minus B equal to Z upon A plus B minus C. Okay. This is the given situation. And what is the requirement? Question is asking to find out the value of B minus C into X is equal to C minus A into Y. Sorry, in place of equal to it is plus sign. So here also it is plus. And last one, A minus B into Z. Yes. So this we have to find it out. What will be the result? So what we have to do, we have to substitute the value. So we have to put the value in place of X, Y, and Z. So from where we can bring the values? In place of X, we can put B plus C minus A. In place of Y, C plus A minus B. And in place of Z, A plus B minus C. So we can substitute these values so that we can get the required result. So let us put, so B minus C into B plus C minus A plus C minus A, and here it is C plus A minus B. Then you are getting A minus B and then A plus B minus C. Now on multiplying, we are getting B square, then B into C is BC, then we are getting B into A is AB. Then now we are multiplying minus C with B, so we are getting minus BC. We are writing into one upon another so that it become easy to cancel. Then minus c and plus c, it becomes minus c square, and minus c minus a, it becomes ac. So we can make separate column for ac. So this is the multiplication of first part, the first portion. Now we can multiply the second portion. C into c, c into c, we are getting c square. Then c into a, we are getting ac, so it is ac. Then c into minus b, we are getting minus bc. Then minus a into c, we are getting minus ac. Minus a into minus plus a, we are getting minus a square. And minus a and minus b, we are getting plus ab. So now in this manner, if we are multiplying, we can clearly see that each and everything will get cancelled step by step. BC plus minus, AB minus plus, AC plus minus. Similarly, all the values will get cancelled at end. And what will be left? The left will be a big zero. So this will be the answer. So whenever there is the cyclical pattern, what is cyclical pattern? Two positive, one negative, again two positive, one negative, next other two positive, one negative. So in such cyclical order, whenever we solve, we add and subtract, everything will get cancelled and the final result will be zero. So this is the final answer. Okay, now you can have the smile on the face because this was the last question of the exercise 1B. All right. So the answer was 0. Okay. Yes, so most of you have given the answers. Now, there was one doubt from exercise 1A, question number 21. Let us take that from the previous exercise 21. Yes. So, in question number 21, what is the requirement? It says if 2s ratio 3t is the duplicate ratio of 2s minus p ratio 3t minus p, then we have to find the correct result. So what the question is asking, this 2s ratio 3t, this ratio is the duplicate ratio. Duplicate means square. So if we do the square of the given ratio, we get 2s by 3t. So just we have to apply the square. So 2s minus p whole square upon 3t minus p whole square. And this is equal to 2s by 3t. Now, what we can do the simplification and get the result. So if you solve them, open the square and you will get your correct result. All right. Manish is asking in the 17th question, age are coming in decimal. Yes, if it is coming into decimal, then you have to round it off. Okay. Yes, now most of you are asking about the trick to calculate cube root. Yes. Now let us discuss the trick for cube roots. So this is very important thing and it will help in many chapters. So trick to find nth root. So in place of n, it can be 3 cube root, 4th root, 5th root, 10th root, any root you can find out with this trick. So one way to solve the roots are using logarithm, but it will take time because we have to see the log table, anti-log table. So it will take normally 3 to 5 minutes. But using this trick, we can get the result within 30 seconds. We can get the result in 30 seconds. So what we have to do, let us write the first step. The first step is, let's say if you have to find out the cube root of 3, okay, or you can take 27. You have to find out the cube root of 27. So just type 27 on the screen, on your calculator screen. Okay, we have to find out the cube root of 27. So type 27 on the screen, then press root button. How many times? 12 times. Yes, you heard right. You have to press the root button for 12 times. This is step number 1. Now, second step. In second step, what we have to do? Subtract 1. You have to do -1. Okay. Then comes the third step. After doing this, we have to divide it with, if you want to find cube root, divide with 3. Divide with 3. Fourth step is adding 1. So add 1 plus 1. And now the last step, do it very carefully. Press multiply equal to. This is one time. Again multiply, again equal to second time. Again multiply, again equal to third time. So we have to repeat this process overall 12 times. So overall 12 times we have to do into equal to into equal to. After doing these 5 steps, the result will be on the screen. Your result will be on the screen. Okay, try this. Try this and let me know. Pranay says, got the answer. That's great. Nikita is saying answer is 300% correct. So just follow these steps and you will be able to calculate the answers. So everybody else, you can try this and let me know the answer. The first step is type the number, then press root for 12 times. Second step is -1. Third step is divide. Divide by 3 for cube root. Then +1. And last step is multiply and equal to, press this for 12 times. Yes, now everybody has the answers. Shruti has given 3. Vandana 3. Trisha, Manish, everybody. Yes, great. Okay. So whenever you are having any other number, just replace the number here. Okay. You can put the number here. And let's say if you have to find out the fifth root, then write 5 in place of 3. Fifth root, write 5. Seventh root, write 7. 10th root, divide by 10. Whatever root you have to calculate, divide with that number. So you will get your answer. Okay. So these steps are common for all, for each and every calculation. So just follow these 5 steps and you will always get your answer. Okay. So there was one doubt from, let's see, where is the doubt? Yes, Aisha is asking, in example 3, T cost price, there's the sentence, we have to mix two kinds in such a ratio that amount of profit in the first case must balance the amount of loss in second. Explain this. Okay, let us see what is the point here. So Okay, you are asking about this statement. We have to mix the two kinds in such a ratio that amount of profit in first case must balance the amount of loss in second case. See, this statement means that the average cost which we have computed was 7.26. This is the average cost. And average cost of first one was 6.92 and average cost of other one was 7.77. That means if we sell this 6.92, we get more profit. And if we sell 7.77, since cost is more, so profit will be less, we will get less profit. So on mixing these two, we are getting moderate profit, neither more and neither less. We are getting the average profit, medium profit. So that is why we follow this average rule. So you don't have to like confuse with this statement. Whatever we have done, that is the best way to solve, and it is the easiest and fastest way to compute. All right. So no need to worry. So everybody has got the answer. Yes, that's great. So now we have done this. Last is the summary. So we can summarize all those things which we have read today. First one was invert endo. If we make inverse of the ratio, if the original ratio is PQ and RS, and if we are inverting them, that means we are writing as Q ratio P and S ratio R, then it is known as invert endo. And same thing can be written in fraction as well. Second was alternando. Alternando means change these two values, interchange these two middle values. So B and C can be written as C and B. So we have altered these two values. So it is known as alternando. Then we are having componendo. So what we have done, adding 1. So after adding 1, we are getting A plus B ratio B and C plus D ratio D. This is componendo. In dividendo, what we have to do? Simple subtraction. So A minus B ratio B, C minus D ratio D. So we get dividendo. And applying both of them gives A plus B, A minus B, C plus D, C minus D. This is componendo and dividendo. Addendo means adding numerators and adding denominators. Subtrahendo means we have to subtract the values of numerator and subtract denominators. So all these we have done. Then the quantity A, B, C, and D are known as the terms. A will become the first term, B second term, C third term, and D is the fourth term. So A and D are commonly known as extreme terms, whereas B and C is commonly known as middle terms or means. So according to cross product rule, what is the formula? Product of extreme is equal to product of mean. This is cross product rule, right? Then in case of three terms, we can apply this as B square equal to AC. Then if A, B, and C are in continuous proportion, then the mean proportional can be find out using the above formula. So B square is equal to AC. So we can write B is equal to root of AC. B is equal to root of AC. So this can be written. All right. Now, Sadhana is asking 625 का square नहीं हो रहा. See, for calculating the square root, just type the button, just type the number and press square root button only once. You will get the square root. Okay. So for square root, nothing is required. Only press one single root button and answer will be on the screen. Okay. So that is the trick for square root. So Manish says everything is clear. Thank you, sir, and superb teaching. Thank you so much, Manish. So this was overall the first portion of our chapter, that is ratio and proportion. Now, in this first chapter, there are two main parts again, that is indices and then logarithm. So in the next session, we will be doing law of indices, and after that, we will be doing logarithms. Okay. So overall, all these topics combined, and normally we get 6 to 8 questions overall from these three topics. So ratio, proportion, indices, and logarithm. So on an average, we get around 6 marks of question from these topics. Okay, let's see what others are saying. Pranay Anand says, thanks for the amazing session. Aisha says, thank you. Ritu says, overall crystal clear. Thank you. Om Shinde. Then Shruti Ganigar. Very interesting class. Thank you. That's great. So I think everybody is now enjoying mathematics a bit, because maths was basically a phobia, especially during class 9, 10th. And most of the people doesn't take maths, doesn't opt for maths in class 11th and 12th. So no need to worry. If you are doing from scratch, if you are following each and every step, if you are applying each and every formula, there is no need to worry. CA Foundation Maths is scoring, or it can become scoring for you. Just follow all the steps and you will be able to solve each and every question very easily. Gaurav Ameria says your teaching style is very good. Shruti says thank you for amazing lecture. Chetan says completely understandable session. Great. So thank you everyone. So till now, we have done everything. You can revise all your topics so that you can easily recall whenever you do the revision, or whenever you try to test yourself. So it will help you. So always make a habit to revise once in a week at least. Make a single day for a revision, especially you can take Saturday or a Sunday as a day for revision day. So you can fix whatever you have read in 6 days, revise all those topics on the seventh day. So if you revise that topic in every seventh day, then you will be able to solve more and more questions and score good marks. All right. So I hope everyone is free now. So Ashutosh says, I think maths is hard, but your teaching is very easy. Thank you, dear. So it's time to say goodbye, everyone. Take care and see you soon again in the next session with the topic law of indices. So bye everyone. Take care.